How this college girl had her life ruined in 69 minutes by Jamar A-Tap. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
It's back. A story went viral online where it was rumored that a college sorority girl had slept with her boyfriend's father. This rumor began after a Snapchat message started going around the Ole Miss campus, and then suddenly it was trending online, with this girl named Mary Kate being labeled as the girlfriend referenced in the Snapchat message. Memes were made, it actually hit #1 on trending, and it was so mainstream that it was being talked about on nationally syndicated programs. Well, now only 2 months later, this girl Mary Kate lawyered up, she is finally speaking out, and not only is she claiming that this whole thing is bogus, but she is also now coming for everyone who aided in the spreading of what she calls a lie that ruins her life. So this was the original photo that started going around after the Snapchat message started going viral, so people could kind of put a face to this story that they were believing. Then someone would post these other photos of her and this guy that I guess is the one from the story that was apparently being cheated on. And honestly, this looks completely fucking photoshopped to me. I mean, it looks like they took a photo of them which was at like some sort of tailgate, and then just stuck them in the foreground of some random Ole Miss football game photo. People even started sharing
That shit do look hella Photoshop, chat. I don't be believing every picture I see.
the dad's information. Obviously, I'm going to have to heavily redact this. And this is the actual Snapchat message that was going viral at that time. Basically, I don't know, like, if you've heard this part, but so over, like, the break, or I can click right before the break started. Mary Kate went home early from school because I guess she, like, finished her exams early and went to go watch Evan's little sister in her basketball game and went with the dad. I mean, guys, the person who is writing this sounds so stupid that I might get a damn brain aneurysm by the time I'm finished reading this shit. So she says, and then they dropped the sister off at home, like, after the basketball game, and they went to, like, dinner and drinks, and was, like, buying her drinks and stuff, and then they got with each other there, or something. And then, that was, like, the first time. And then I don't know how Ethan, the boyfriend, found out, but I know he did. And then he was, like, upset about it. And then, like, Mary Kay, like, told him she'll never do it again because she's a fucking liar like that.
Damn.
Like, a million times in this fucking message. I'm sorry, and so... something about never drinking again, possibly. But the mom knows, but she's not getting divorced fully because of Mary Cape. But because the dad is, like, cheated on her before, like, multiple times. So that's, like, why? But so bad. So this is the text message that people were believing as proof of this absolutely insane story. I mean, like I already said, all I can think after reading this is that the person that wrote this had the IQ of a fucking peanut.
Hi there.
And people were absolutely running with this narrative. Right under this text message, this guy says, "She'd hump a rock pile if it had a snake in it. This can't be true. How does a dad stoop that low? Good grief, man, that's your son. What an effing douchebag." I'm sure all his clients are feeling real comfortable with this guy watching over all their money. "Hey, Mr. Loyal, how's my account looking? I'll be cashing out today." And then you even had random people catching strays. This was like a viral tweet about the situation, where I guess someone had found her Venmo account, and I guess she had sent this boyfriend money for gas, and he says at least Evan got his final bag. This guy says, "Jesus Christ, who's the fridge on the left?" And that is the thing about the internet, someone random is always gonna catch a stray that just had absolutely nothing to do with the situation at hand. They were sharing some alleged old photos from her past. Pro tip, don't black out at 3 p.m. I mean, this could all easily be doctored. Apparently, this was after the story went viral. She says, "Suing you if you post, my parents know." This alleged person says, "I'm not posting it anywhere." She says, "So go fuck yourself. I swear to God, I'm not posting. Maybe you should not have fucked his dad." And obviously, these types of things can be faked so easily. You create a profile name or Mary Kate Cornett, put a blonde up there, and people just start believing it. It goes viral. This one allegedly also comes from after the story came out, where she says, "Stop. Are you good? No. Hey, if you ever need a shoulder to cry on or a dick to ride on, I'm there."
What?
Like, I gotta be honest, that's one of the craziest lines I've ever heard. And apparently someone even took the time to rug pull tens of thousands of dollars, capitalizing on this Mary Kate meme. I mean, they even used her picture for the shit. And honestly, this is yet another one of those where if you invested in this, you did deserve to have your pockets run. But let's see what she had to say now that she's finally speaking out.
Having the entire internet, half of the country hating you and calling you disgusting things, telling you that you're a horrible person, that you deserve to die, that's a really hard thing for a girl to go through.
She became famous on the internet and social media in the worst possible way.
I mean, obviously, if this story was all bogus and she just got attached to, like, this random thing that was a complete lie, and obviously the girl was not a public figure before this, I could see how this type of thing would totally fuck up your life. It probably fucks up your entire college situation. It fucks up your relationship. I mean, honestly, I can see it being an absolute nightmare that we now kind of have to deal with in this new social media age.
In February, an online rumor went viral, claiming an Ole Miss sorority sister slept with her boyfriend's father. Then, someone attached Cornette's name and photo to it.
And it would be one thing if there was, like, glaring proof of any of this happening, like pictures of her and the dad at the basketball game, maybe some sort of risque text messages between them. But it was really all just that one low IQ Snapchat message. And then once people saw that picture, it was like pouring gasoline on the fire.
This disgusting rumor was a top trending topic on Twitter.
Within 2.5 hours. Later that night, around 7 p.m., I was #1 trending in the United States.
God damn.
I felt so helpless and so alone because so many people were hating on me for something that I had no idea anything about.
And I gotta say, guys, there's a lot of people who have taken themselves out of this world for much less.
Cornette's phone number was also shared online. She was overwhelmed with harassing texts and voicemails.
I was having thousands of calls come through, thousands of texts coming through, calling me a telling me I deserve to die.
And even just to play devil's advocate and say, oh,
That's
what if
crazy.
this was all 100% true, she actually did that? I still do not think that that's grounds for doxing someone. And I don't really get what goes through someone's head when, like, they see that leaked information and think, oh, let me go to my phone and send this random number some sort of terrible message. That will really teach her. Like, I guess I just don't understand the mentality of some people.
All because of an internet rumor.
All because of an internet rumor that has zero truth to it. Zero.
Cornette says she could barely leave her dorm room, had to switch to online classes. Someone even sent police to her mother's house in a fake 911 call.
That's what I'm saying. All this stuff just becomes really fucked up really fast. Obviously, bad, fatal situations can occur from a phone call like that. And it's just like, why do people always have to take things to such extremes? And here is where we get to the Pat McAfee portion of this story. Because this girl is now going to be taking legal action against him based on things that he said about the situation on his show.
The rumor was picked up by ESPN host Pat McAfee.
This is what is being reported by everybody on the internet. Dad had sex with son's girlfriend.
Has anyone apologized to you?
No, I was not famous before this. I'm not a public figure that you can go talk about on your show to get more views. Nobody knows who I am, or nobody did know who I was.
It's my opinion that her lawyer definitely told her to make that statement. I think this is going to be a defamation play because, like we've talked about on this channel, how when you're a public figure, it's very hard to prove defamation because it's very hard to prove actual malice. But when it comes to non-public figures, they fall under a totally different set of laws. And I did actually want to show you guys a longer clip to actually give it some context, because he did say more than like, oh, dad sleeps with son's girlfriend. But I also want to note that he did never mention her by name, which could make all of this very interesting.
Jackson Dart, Ole Miss guy, though, so you're going to have to check in on his father, make sure everything kind of lines up there. Yeah, just to make sure,
what do you mean?
You know, the right kind of culture type of guy.
Yeah, is Jackson Dart of Ole Miss's dad snooping around?
Yeah, which happens at Ole Miss. I mean, that's kind of a...
So there is where the reference kind of starts. He's talking about this Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart that will soon be drafted, making a little joke like, oh, it's his dad hanging around the campus and shit.
Have you heard about Ole Miss?
I've been there. The Grove.
Okay, so you know about that. Yeah. So you have not heard about the last 12 hours. So.
He said, I've been there. I don't want nothing to do with this shit, though.
Sounds like nuts.
There's a menage a trois that is
really captivating.
Boy, oh boy. Parents' weekend's going to be lit.
Well, I think they're actually not doing it this week.
Make more...
Some Ole Miss frat bro.
Yep, sir.
Okay. Had a KD girlfriend. Allegedly. Dad had sex with son's girlfriend.
And that was pretty much the end of Pat's comments right there.
Because the people who were talking about it are the people that I would want to take a picture with if I saw it in public. They're people that I watched. Pat McAfee, ESPN. That's on my living room TV every single night. Because I used to look up to these people, and now these same people are making me feel worthless.
So do you guys think it will matter, like in the court of law, that he didn't actually mention her by name? Now, he did make allusions like frat bro, and I think he referenced maybe her sorority. I think I can definitely see the comments being a little bit divided on this one. So do you think if they actually take this to court, she has a possibility of winning or getting a settlement?
Cornette now wants justice. Her...
I don't know. I feel like hell nah. I feel like ain't no way. What y'all think, chat? If he didn't mention her name, we don't know. I'm just saying.
Her lawyer says she's been defamed and is a victim of cyberbullying.
The rumor is false.
Defamation, it's
People
coming.
promoted it without looking into it. You can't lie for money.
Are there laws that protect Mary Kate? Because it seems like the internet, social media, it's the wild, wild west.
To some degree, the law hasn't caught up with the speed at which a lie travels online.
Seems like there's a little bit of doubt.
And the fact that it's now kind of anchored to her name forever.
I mean, honestly, yeah, it is. She gets like a little job application. People think, oh, Mary Kate. You know, it's not Mary Kate and Ashley anymore.
Defamation exists. There's growing protections against cyberbullying. There's growing protections against, making fake pictures, which has also happened to Mary Kate.
Well, yeah, like, they're definitely gonna have to change up the laws when it comes to online and social media activity, especially with the way, like, AI can be used. I mean, someone's life and reputation can be ruined forever just based on some photoshopped image, some AI shit.
Why my daughter? She wasn't looking for any of this. She never asked for any attention. She's just trying to be a freshman in college.
Damn. And so now she started this GoFundMe that's already raised $32,000. And in the description here, she basically says, yes, my family does have the money to like fight this in court and for me to defend myself. That other people are not always so fortunate, so 100% of the proceeds from this fundraiser will be used to provide seed capital, establishing a foundation focused on helping innocent victims of similar defamatory cyber attacks. Zero money raised here will be used for personal purposes. So it will be interesting to see where this story goes, and how it might be able to set the precedent for situations in the future that are similar to this, where someone has their life destroyed by what they call a lie. But y'all, of course, let me know y'all's thoughts down below. As always, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other lawsuits out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.
That's crazy to me. Simple fact, grown ass niggas lying on a teenage girl name is crazy.